On publishing my first author article in a peer-reviewed journal, 2017, the discipline of physics. Today is Tuesday, 10 September 2024. So over 5 years later. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. Tanis C. Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. To be consistent with my name on the publication was Tanis C. Leonhardi, middle initial. And so I'm going to talk through this. This is yesterday I covered Frank Albert Cotton, who has for his Wolf Prize in chemistry in the year 2000, and he's somebody who has, what is it, like 1,600 articles, and I was like, I have one first authored article. So this is kind of like opposite ends of the spectrum. Let me provide some clarity on what it was like. So in talking my first authored article in a peer-reviewed journal, the article was published in 2017. I submitted it per the journal's time. This is one where I actually got into time zone stuff. So I actually submitted it on August 31st in my time zone, and the time zone of the article was September. So submitted on Thursday, 1 September 2016, was accepted on Friday, 10 February 2017, and available online on Monday, 13 February 2017. I was in the journal High Energy Density Physics, and was follow-up to my presenting the research at the 2016 High Energy Density Laboratory Astrophysics Conference in Stanford, California, United States of America. So it was at Stanford Linear Accelerator facility, SLAC. Accelerator in California, United States of America, in approximately May 2016. Yeah, so essentially I was working on this research ab initio, kind of quantum mechanical simulations for carbon monoxide under higher temperatures and pressures, and it's turned out to be potentially relevant for the interior of the ice giant planet Uranus. Uranus and Neptune are ice giants. There are gas giants, and then there are terrestrial planets. Those are the three broad classifications. And so this was research I presented. I was not done at the time of the conference, and I had a poster, and I was like partway done. And so then the call, we had to have it submitted by the 31st, like submit, if you want to publish an article, submit by the 31st. And so I did per my time zone, but it was September 1st. And so then it went under peer review, and then got accepted. And then I went in and I was like, I don't think I'm going to have anything to change. And there was like, sometimes another pair of eyes have seen it when like a problem that you didn't see was a problem. It was one sentence that like read horribly. And I was like, okay, just use the same words and put it in like readable, like I had just butchered the sentence. So I was like, without changing the meaning of the sentence, can I rearrange the words so it does not sound so horrible? And so I did that, and then I was like, okay, and that was it. And then I was like, okay, so I did that, and it was available online 3 days later, and I was like, whoa, that was fast turnaround. And then, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if I don't see a problem, and then I made two mistakes. One of the data points on a graph where I plot my data points and then data points from an experimental study, it was the 1980s. I think one of the data points is off a little bit from where it should be on the plot. So it was one of their data points. So I apologize to the people who did that study. And then I think the same study, I'm sorry, I just butchered it, in the references section of the 4 digits that form the year in which the publication was published, I got one of them wrong. So I did there were a couple of like typos, but they matter to me. I still feel them. This is why people have 1,600 publications. It's like, oh, I remember this. I remember the paper. I remember the research. I remember my co-author. So it was a co-authored paper. I was first author, and then the second author was my advisor at the time, Burkhard Militzer. Both of our affiliation at the time was University of California, Berkeley. He was in 2 departments, and I was in 1 department. And yes, it was a fun time. I enjoyed the project. I enjoyed the research. It was a shorter, 4-page kind of peer-reviewed journal article. Short, sweet, to the point, concise. But it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it. But it was high energy density physics. So within in the realm of well, actually, I'm not going to provide the name of the paper on purpose. If you want to read it, you can. I don't have a whole lot of publications to search through. I do have others, but this is the only first author currently as of when I'm filming this, Tuesday, 10 September 2024. So that's a little bit about me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi.